So the racing continues in the APBA Detroit Gold Cup. Mike Weber, Terry Troxel, J.W. Myers, and Greg Hopp. And this is anybody's race, Nate.
Yeah, sure is, Rich. The U16 and J.W. Myers has the inside lane, but he's got to get a flying start. And as you can see right here, Greg Hopp in the blue boat and Terry Troxel in the yellow boat have a lot better start. They've got a lot more speed going into that first corner.
So while J.W. Myers holds that inside lane, as you can see from this beautiful view, it's Greg Hopp's race right now. J.W. Myers and Terry Troxel racing for second, a three-boat race as we head into that first turn.
Yeah, and Greg sure held in J.W. Meyer in that first corner. Look how tight they are. Look how tight the 99 is there on that boat.
Now, how tight are you allowed to be in theory?
Well, in theory, there should have been a penalty for that one, but in reality, that was a good first corner.
J.W. Myers holding strong and coming on strong, passing Greg Hopp in the U100 blue boat. And J.W. Myers has to be thinking in the back of his mind somewhere, I have to keep this boat together because it fell apart on me earlier.
And he also has to keep thinking right side up. That's important, too. Look at the speed that Greg has over the U16 right now.
Good stick-to-itiveness by Greg Hopp. Oh, look at that. Looked like J.W. Myers popped out of the water for a second.
Yeah, he popped out. He sure did. Whoa, looks like Greg went through a rooster tail, too, as well. That was kind of weird. That was like delayed reaction or something.
We'll have to see what the judges rule on that. Right now, all J.W. Myers can control is his boat, and he's out in first place, and as far as he knows, that's his standing, but we're waiting on a ruling from that one. Greg Hopp, no such luck. Flamed out. It'll be interesting to see if we can get that boat started again.
I'm sure he's trying to re-spool right now, but right now, J.W. Myers got to get this thing across in first place. He's got to stay clean. He can't dog it down in the corners. That water will put the fire out in that engine.
And wouldn't you know it, Terry Troxel, who is in third place for the entire race, might be looking at a first-place finish right now.
I just heard from the radio they just imposed a penalty on the U16. Looks like Greg Hopp got it refired, but the U16 is a lap back right now, so that puts him in last place right now.
One lap penalty for bearing out, and wouldn't you know it, Terry Troxel, surprisingly and suddenly, in first place in this heat.
Consistency pays. I'll tell you, that boat was my backup boat last year. He's got one propeller, one motor, everything, one of, and he's got to be consistent. That boat runs all day long at 140 miles an hour.
And maybe has a little bit of good karma working for him on the Detroit River. It is, after all, the Spirit of Detroit boat. We talked to Terry Troxel before the race, and he said, I might not have the fastest boat, but I could 140 him to death. What did he mean by that?
That's perfect. 140 mile an hour laps. The boat will qualify at 140. It'll run races at 140. As long as Terry has great starts, keeps clean, he'll be consistent, and he'll be able to bring this boat as good as it's going to do on top.
And look at all the air that he's catching under the boat. That means he's running smooth and running fast.
He's doing a beautiful job, Rich. I'll tell you, Dave Bardish, the owner of this boat, has got to be happy as anything to see his boat on the Detroit APBA Gold Cup course in front in this heat. The last time we had a Detroit owner was 10 years or so ago with the Exide team.
So he's got some home cooking working for him right now as Terry Troxel looks to be the clear-cut winner in Heat 4B and much needed 400 points heading into the finals with a whole head of steam and a lot of confidence too.
And the boat ride looks pretty good. I'm really impressed to see this old scow working really well.
Terry Troxel, one of the true grizzled veterans on the ABRA Tour. And as we head the final turn, Terry Troxel runs away with it. He'll take the 400 points, he'll take the checkered flag, and he takes a full head of steam going into the finals because of the penalty to J.W. Myers and because of Greg Hopp getting washed out. Mike Weber is going to finish in second. So a little Detroit love in Heat 4B. A Detroit-owned boat takes the checkered flag. Mike Weber finishes in second. He's a native of Detroit. And we have some interesting standings as we head in to the final heat. Terry Troxel taking the 400 points into that final and coming into the dock. And Nate, no one looks a gift horse in the mouth. When you're taking 400 points, you'll take it any way you can get.
Yeah, and here's a replay of the incident earlier where you can see the hop done by J.W. Meyer. And, that was a lap penalty, and he was not a happy camper.
Well, it's pretty simple. No matter how you slice it, you got two things going on. It's the Gold Cup and it's the Detroit River. That combination can bring anything, as we've seen throughout the whole weekend. I took a nasty little hop, and as soon as I landed it and half bent out of shape, I was like, oh boy, this ain't gonna be good. So, I don't really have much argument for it. The thing just took a hop, not to our favor, and that's the way it was.